Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Game and 70 Mount Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Minotaur Hotel. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm saying you were up, and let's go! Alright. I wasn't there when he died, and by that time his mind had been gone for a long while. I like to think he felt some freedom when his time came. But I suppose one can never be freed without passing on a burden to another. Now that he's gone, that old wanderlust has taken me over. I want to find that hotel, clear my grandpa's name, and prove he was right all along. A resolute look plays across the avian's features. If there was vulnerability in his speech, it's been thrice folded and stashed in the corner of his mind. From where he stands, Storm can't help but notice how put together and proper everything about the peacock is. Plus, there's something over there that's mine. My inheritance, you could call it. I've been having dreams about this place ever since Gramps passed on. I'm sure everything he said was true. Now it's your turn. Tell me a story. The Minotaur's eyes grow as thin as knives. Do I really have to? No story, no charm, no human. What if I come up with something? Does it have to be true? Sure, go ahead and waste our time. I'm not doing this again, however. The Minotaur looks away, this time toward the pond at his hole. He knows there is no choice, but he can't speak. Now all the hummingbirds are pecking away at the back of his head, raising each strand of fur. He scratches his neck with both hands, digging in to make the skin red raw. But the peacock ignores it. His patience grows thin. Will you really force me to interrogate you, lad? The Minotaur shakes his head, trying to swat away all the critters flying around him. A grave moo escapes from his throat. How old are you? 21. Just give me a minute, I'm thinking, okay? The peacock counts the seconds while the Minotaur loses sense of time. He keeps on scratching until whatever ailed him is gone. He draws a breath, shudders, and speaks. Mom said my father was a man. I didn't get to know him, but she always made it clear. So don't get the wrong idea. Again, no way it was a bull. That makes no sense. And if he was someone like me, he'd have gotten you a charm. Unless something happened to him or he doesn't know you exist. The Minotaur doesn't like the sharpness in the bird's voice, shrill and teetering on the edge of anger. But he breathes the first sigh of true relief in his life, knowing that there is someone in this world who doesn't think he's the product of bestiality. Perhaps there's a wetness in the Minotaur's eyes, glimmering with the fire. The sharp-eyed peacock mistakes it for something else. Sorry for interrupting. Continue. Well, yeah, what was I saying? You didn't know your dad. Mom raised you, I assume. Yeah, raised me and my 6 siblings. I'm the youngest one, and well, she couldn't have anyone after I, got out. Ruined, is what she said. You ruined me. Not a drop of anger in her voice, although her face was covered in 2 decades' worth of humiliation. She blew smoke on his face, ground the cigarette butt on the plastic dining room table, and then threw it in the empty fruit bowl. Just stating a plain fact, inescapable. He shouldn't have been born. Never got along with her, or any of my siblings for that matter. They blamed me for stuff I didn't do. It began simply enough, blaming him for breaking their 1-glass cup, the orange one that Ma used to drink coffee. He was 4 years old. Like an addiction, it took root and grew. If something went missing from the fridge, it was him, or if any misfortune struck, as if his existence brought bad luck, they pointed his horns and refused to say his name. Just him. Nameless. More of a concept than a person. His eyes wide open and mind silent, numb, as it kept on happening. It became their drug, the reason why they couldn't get jobs and had to live off of welfare. Being angry at him was enough to justify beating their girlfriends, or abandoning their kids and skipping town. Him, his name so unused it might as well not exist. Storm was a better title, and so the lad gathers the memories, the pains, the mind unto itself. Everyone thought things about my ma. About what she must have done to have a kid like me. Even looking at me made her angry. School treated me like shit, too. So I dropped out and ran away. Thought I could make a living out there in the city or on a farm. It didn't last long. The farm owner could appreciate his strength and hard work, but the farm hands weren't too fond of sharing their living quarters with him. Better to quit the job than get butchered halfway through the night, he thought. But I came back. Couldn't get any luck. People here at least don't panic when they see me. Too out of their damn minds to care. Tried going back home to Ma. She let me in, but then she'd wake me up at night to yell. Too out of her damn mind to know what she was doing. So I tried going on out again. Didn't work either. Made it farther, but the police started getting curious about the horned homeless man under the bridge. That's why I lived here by the pond. It's safe. No one bothers me at night. I can get some gigs here and there to buy food. That's my story. Is that enough for your ritual? A shiver crawls up the peacock's back. The air around them grows sharper. A migraine slithers over his head and burrows itself into his left eye. His legs go numb and his brain finds itself forgetting words. The Minotaur, meanwhile, looks away from the fire. The light sears his eyes. The hummingbirds peck his neck again while chanting cicadas take over his hearing. He's about to ask for help when in a flash, it's all over. Yes, this is enough. Let's see now. A feather. This one's about to fall off. I'll say the oath now. Just accept it. Peacock closes his eyes. His feathers stand on end as if a shiver runs up his spine. You are the salt of the earth, eternal and unrelenting. Why, then, should you not be our sibling? You are the night's moon, a city buried in ash. A secret written on your chest cannot be seen. You are the salt of the earth, and what is humanity without you? Hidden you shall not lose your worth. You shall not be trampled underfoot. You shall not die again. Blessed are you when you become our sibling. By the gift of humanity none shall persecute you, neither will they accuse you of unsightly deeds. You are the light of the world, hidden from sight and shining regardless. They'll not see your origin, but will bask in your gift. You will not be set apart, and glory will follow your footsteps. By salt and sea, take my life thread. Let us swear an oath of kinship. May humanity afford the bearer of this promise protection in its bosom, much like we have tonight swapped our long-lasting threads. We shall feast and live as one of our own, bearer of kinship, and for as long as you carry the proof of this oath, none shall see your myth. By salt and sea, by the western lands, untie my bundle of humanity, and stretch its thread to this one, so he may enjoy freedom no lesser than mine. Bearer of humanity, do you pledge this honest oath to mankind, for as long as your chest draws breath? This must be a dream, thinks the Minotaur, or a demon at work. And just what could be the inevitable catch? A gift like this does not come without a gut-wrenching price. But none of it matters. Consequences be damned. He will take it. I do. Throw the feather and your object on the flame. My gift will burn, so yours shall not. The hybrid takes out his ear gauge, puts the feather through it, and pushes it into the fire. There. Try it on. Welcome to your first night as a human, Storm. Chapter 14. A Day at a Time. Monday. Sunlight peeks out from the horizon and breaks into a sprint to touch the hotel's outer walls. The Minotaur sits on the sofa while checking the list of guests. He slides his hooves on the hardwood floor. He scratches his cheek, then looks off to the jelly-purple sky beyond the window. You prepare breakfast. The apartment has been taken over by the smell of coffee and dawn. While you peel the boiled eggs, he looks up to you. Gaze held, face motionless, then return to his papers. Courage. I can feel we're going to have a great time today. We'll get a sizable batch of guests, I bet. I must make sure the reception is always manned. They could arrive at any moment. Want me to call Coda or look for it? Or I can do it myself, too. There's no need. I can manage it today. Good. First thing they'll be met with is the Cretan prince's magnanimous hospitality. Magnanimous hospitality. Let them see the truth with their own eyes. How kind of you to have such high hopes for this clumsy bull. If I didn't know any better, I would guess you were making a joke at my expense, my lord. Not a joke, partner, just the truth. They may not know you're the Minotaur, but if you ask me, I'd leave this place doubting that Athenian legend. Water time. Alright. If only my story was as hopeful as you are. Our stories are one of the same, buddy, so you better get used to some hope. We're in this together, right? Asterion chuckles. I suppose I am contractually obligated to agree with you. I'll take it. Now come here, you clumsy bull. It's time for breakfast. While sharing a meal with the Minotaur, you continue going over all that needs to be done. What do we have on our agenda today? Nothing out of the ordinary. Asterion takes a boiled egg, dabs it on the pile of salt on his plate, and eats it whole. So far, your mandate has been very eventful, has it not? Every day is something new, if not bickering guests, then foreman this, internet that. But those days are meant to be the exception. Ever since the hotel was created, the life of a master has been very peaceful and contemplative. Very soon, you'll see that even the Argos, whom you must think is a constant fixture of the realm, in truth is only a rare, potentially brutal hindrance. It is the same every time. Along with a new master, a fresh foreman appears to stir trouble for a while. Similar to his predecessors, but each one unique and peculiar in his own way. But they never stay for long. One day they'll all slither back into the recesses of the valley and disappear. After that, you'll find a solid routine. Day in, day out, business as usual. Huh. The Argos is rare? What exactly do you mean when you say the Argos is rare? Oh, I suppose you would have no way of knowing it. For many centuries, perhaps 1,000 years if I recall correctly, there was no Argos. In fact, the first one only appeared about 2,000 years ago, a few decades after I began working on what would become the hotel. I've long held the suspicion that the Labyrinth must have created the first Argos in response to the Masters becoming more lenient. I suppose even the Labyrinth, unmoving and stagnant as it is, can change and adapt to new circumstances. The Minotaur breathes in and prepares to speak again, but his eyes fall upon the armband peeking from your shirt sleeve. His ears flick once and then grow still as he ruminates and picks his words. But you should not worry about the Argos. It should not be for too much longer that he will pose any threat. Ahead of you, there is only your peaceful reign and gentle lordship, thoughtful, trusty, straight. Can't say I'd be opposed to that. I wasn't expecting any of this when I stumbled into owning a hotel. It is understandable, but what did you expect, Master? Once more, he looks at the armband on your bicep. Forgive me. What did you expect when you came here, Alexios? I was betting the deed would be an old piece of scrap paper, nothing more. I couldn't believe I'd received ownership of a hotel, or anything of the sort just like that. But as surprising as it may have been, I can't say it was unwelcome. So, you are enjoying your time here, I take it. I'd have left already if I wasn't. The company is good. I see. Your meal is brief. It's about time to start working. After washing the dishes, Asterion takes you to another room on the hotel's ground floor. Now that we have no pressing tasks hanging over our heads, allow me to introduce you to your office, Master. You mean our office, partner? Yes, pardon me, our office, business partners. Together like horn and skull. The Minotaur's ears flick back and forth. He runs a finger over the back of his neck, tightening the fur even as it stands on end. With a shake of the head and a snort, he looks to the office. Here is where you will plan ahead for the tasks each staff member will be assigned to for the day. You mean sending them to explore the valley and work on contracts? Not exactly. Assembling exploration parties to the valley is unusual. But as long as they are cautious, and I am not present among them, there shouldn't be much of an issue with continuing to do so. As much as you may insist on elevating me to being your business partner, this call falls to you. It is your right and duty to manage the hotel's staff. You may assign them tasks or allow them some time off to enjoy themselves. Do keep in mind, however, that we all have a number of daily obligations. It is not every day that we will have time for exceptional tasks such as research or exploration, but when we do... Asterion grabs a notebook from the table and flips through the pages. They are covered in notes and schematics written in bright purple ink. We can go over Miss Greta's notes and see if she left any good ideas for us. Reasonable. Well, time to get to work then. Indeed, I'm going out to the reception now, but before I go, how does your arm feel? Is the armband causing any discomfort? Oh no, not at all. I can't even feel it most of the time. It's almost like it isn't there. I'd go so far as to say it's nearly incorporeal. I only ever remember it's there when I look in the mirror. Is this actually made of lead? Should I worry about heavy metal poisoning? That should not be a concern. I am relieved to hear it does not discomfort you. It was never my intention to... Don't worry about it. This is nothing. Don't worry about it. This is nothing. You do not have to pretend, my lord. I mean, Alexios. It was unbecoming of me to have proposed the idea, and far too proud of me to let you go on with it. No, there's no reason for that, Asterion. I'm telling you exactly how it is. This armband is nothing, and even if it was, it's the least I can do. Now, let's get to work and have a nice day, shall we? You are a very peculiar master, Alexios, but in no way unpleasant. I shall see you later then. See ya! Alright, y'all. I'm actually gonna pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribing, that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silver, and thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our 2 gold tier patrons, Zeke and Toby. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our Not Safe for More content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye!